chosen ones. This very moment is no accident. The simple fact that you are here, hearing these words and feeling this stirring in your heart, is a testament that prophecy is alive, moving, and already taking shape. You have endured seasons when everything felt stuck, when your prayers seemed to echo into silence, when the path to your destiny felt far too long and burdened with obstacles. Yet, even in the darkest hours, there was always a gentle whisper, reminding you that your story was not over, that something extraordinary was ahead, that the divine tapestry of your life was still being woven with threads of grace and promise. Many of you have felt the tightening of the world around you. Perhaps finances became strained, relationships felt tested, or your sense of purpose began to waver in the face of challenges that seemed larger than life. But in each battle, there was purpose. Every scar you carry holds within it a miracle of survival, a testimony that you were never truly forsaken. You were being refined for such a time as this. You were being prepared to step into an unfolding prophecy that has been spoken over your life long before you drew your first breath. When the prophets of old declared the wonders of God, they saw glimpses of future generations rising in power, authority, and spiritual clarity. They saw ordinary people become extraordinary beacons of light because they chose to believe in something greater than themselves. And beloved friend, that is precisely who you are, one called out from the crowd. Marked with divine fingerprint, you are stepping into a moment where everything you once prayed for in tears is about to collide with the unstoppable force of promise. Yet I know that doubt sometimes lingers, especially after repeated disappointments. Perhaps you asked, God, why so many closed doors? Why do I keep trying only to watch my efforts go unnoticed? But can I encourage you? Closed doors are not the end. They are redirections, protective shields that prevent you from walking into places that are not meant for you. A locked gate doesn't mean your journey is cancelled. It simply means your destiny lies elsewhere. Some of the greatest triumphs are born in seasons where we believed all was lost. You are at the threshold of a shift so profound that you will scarcely believe how quickly things begin to change. Old habits will peel away as easily as leaves falling in autumn, preparing the ground for a new season of blossoming. The illusions that once bound you, fear, shame, unworthiness, are dissolving. You are walking into the prophecy that was foretold over your life. It has begun, and no scheme of man, no storm, no lingering insecurity can overturn what heaven has decreed. There is a stirring in the spiritual atmosphere right now. It's as though the locks are turning and the seals are breaking open. Do you feel that subtle electricity in the air? The tingling sense that something bigger than yourself is unfolding? You are part of this grand narrative, and your willingness to embrace it is what draws forth every blessing, every supernatural breakthrough, every moment of tangible favor. It is not a coincidence that you found yourself resonating with this call. Your heart recognizes the sound of destiny calling you by name. In ancient times, when a king prepared to make a royal decree, his scribes wrote those words on a scroll and sealed them with a signet ring, marking them with undeniable authority. In that same way, the words spoken over your life bear the imprint of the King of Kings. They are sealed with a divine promise that cannot be revoked. Yes, obstacles may arise, but they will not stand. Yes, weapons may form, but they will not prosper. This is your hour to stand and say, I believe, I trust, I receive. And if your spirit resonates with this truth, I invite you to take a bold step right now. Type 777 in the comments. This act may seem simple or symbolic, but there is power in every physical declaration that matches the cry of our hearts. It is a sign that you are stepping out of mere hoping and into the realm of unwavering faith. By typing 777, you're proclaiming, I align with this prophecy. I am ready to see the manifestation of these promises in my life. So many have walked a similar path, from biblical heroes to modern-day overcomers, and they discovered that abiding in faith means trusting the invisible hand of God more than the visible storms around you. Look at Joseph, who was cast into a pit, sold into slavery, and unjustly imprisoned. At face value, it appeared that fate was cruel, that life had betrayed him. But behind the scenes, the plan of God was orchestrating circumstances so precise that Joseph's humble suffering would one day catapult him to a position of immense influence. It was not luck that brought him before Pharaoh, it was destiny. And it was the unwavering purpose of God that turned every injustice into a stepping stone of favor. What has been happening in your life is not random, dear soul. The repeated setbacks, the nights of wrestling with anxiety, the moments you cried out and wondered if anyone heard, all of these pieces are now converging to create a masterpiece of redemption. Those who doubted you, who questioned your dreams, who couldn't see the seeds of greatness planted in your spirit, will soon witness the power of God unfolding in your life like a banner of triumph. You are walking into the prophecy, and this is not just about financial blessings or small promotions. This is about a holistic shift, spiritual, emotional, relational. Finances can indeed flow, doors can open in your career, but the true essence of this prophecy is that you will know who you truly are in God. You will carry yourself differently. You will speak with a confidence rooted not in ego, but in divine identity. When you walk into a room, the atmosphere will shift because the presence of purpose, anointing, and destiny is resting upon you. Countless times, we've seen how a single act of faith can ignite a wildfire of miracles. When David stepped onto the battlefield with Goliath, he had only a sling and 5 smooth stones, but he also had an unshakable conviction that covenant with God outweighed any physical disadvantage. That same conviction is being birthed in you right now. You see, you're not entering this new season unarmed. You carry testimonies of past victories, scriptures that have sustained you in your darkest valley, and the unwavering word that you are chosen for a time such as this. The prophecy you are walking into has been whispered in your prayers for years. Maybe it was just a silent hope at first, a longing you didn't share with anyone because it felt too grand or too far-fetched. But God has a pattern of accomplishing the impossible. He meets us at the end of ourselves, right where our human strength fails, and breathes life into the remains of our dreams. He says, "This is where I step in. This is where my glory shines, so no man can boast." And that is exactly what is about to happen in your life. Can you sense the shift in the atmosphere? That heaviness that plagued you, the confusion, the doubt, it's peeling away. A new dawn is breaking over your life. Chains that have long weighed you down are snapping. Cycles of defeat that tripped you up for years are being shattered. You're about to see transformation in areas you never thought could change. You're going to experience divine connections, the right people arriving at the right time, resources emerging out of nowhere, and clarity descending upon your mind like fresh rain in a desert. In these moments, remember to stay humble yet bold. Sometimes the greatest hindrance to a miracle is not the enemy fighting against us, but our own inability to believe that we are truly worthy of the blessing. You see, you don't earn your worthiness. You are worthy because God has declared it so. You are worthy because He has placed His Spirit within you. This prophecy unfolding is not a result of your perfection, but a result of His unfailing love and grace. The journey doesn't promise to be devoid of challenges. Even as you step into a season of prophecy fulfilled, you may still encounter mountains that need moving. But each mountain serves a greater revelation of your authority. Each challenge is an opportunity for you to see how powerful God is on your behalf. No longer will you shy away from confrontation or adversity. You will rise to the occasion because you know your battles are no longer just personal struggles. They are moments where the divine narrative is expressed through your faith. You are not alone. Heaven backs you. The same power that split seas, that tore down mighty walls at the sound of a trumpet, that caused the sun to stand still, dwells in the hearts of those who believe. You are not an afterthought. You are integral to the fulfillment of God's grand design. When you align with Him, when you embrace the call, your life becomes a living testimony to those who thought redemption wasn't possible, who believed miracles were relics of ancient times, who assumed favor was reserved for someone else. Yes, you who are listening right now, you are stepping into this, not as a spectator but as a participant. The prophecy isn't simply swirling around you, it's being activated within you. Everything you have, your gifts, your story, your passions, are conduits for God to make Himself known. And as you walk forward, do not forget to sow seeds of kindness, generosity, and encouragement in the lives of others. This unfolding prophecy is not meant for selfish hoarding of blessings, but for the expansion of goodness in the world. When you testify of the breakthroughs happening in your life, hearts will be stirred, hope will be renewed, and many will seek to discover what you have found. For too long, maybe you've looked at others thinking, they're the chosen ones, not me. But do you realize that the label chosen simply means you are set apart for a purpose? If you have breath in your lungs and faith in your heart, then you are chosen indeed. The words from heaven are not passive suggestions, they are living realities, waiting for you to accept and walk in them. The moment you say, Lord, I receive what you have for me, is the moment you align with the unstoppable flow of His blessings. The dryness in your spirit is ending, the emptiness in your finances is shifting to overflow. The confusion in your relationships is about to give way to restoration and unexpected support. Even your physical body may sense the fresh wind of healing and rejuvenation. It's all part of the package when you step into a deeper covenant with the Creator of all things. You see, He cares about every detail of your life, not just the spiritual parts. He is the God of wholeness, spirit, soul, and body. But how do we maintain the beauty of this season once it arrives? We stay anchored in gratitude. Every morning, let your first words be, thank you. Let your heart posture itself in humility, acknowledging that every open door, every piece of good news, every deposit of grace is an unmerited gift. Gratitude keeps you humble, and humility keeps you elevated in realms of blessing. It's a divine paradox. The more grateful you are, the more blessings flow. The more you recognize you're not self-made, the more God lifts you to higher vantage points. Hold on to this truth. Storms may gather, critics may whisper, naysayers may doubt, but they hold no power over a person who has discovered their prophetic destiny. No rumor, no accusation, no attempt at sabotage can uproot what God has firmly planted. It's as though you've been fitted with a shield of favor, an impenetrable armor of grace. While you remain in the secret place of faith, your life blossoms and your future expands. If your spirit is erupting with agreement right now, I encourage you, type 777 in the comments, as a declaration. Let it be known that you are seizing this moment. This number is more than just digits. It symbolizes completion, a divine exclamation point that your old season is wrapping up and the new one has begun. You are stepping out of the shadows of doubt and into the light of promise. You're no longer the victim of your past. You're the victor stepping onto the stage of a new life chapter. Do not let this moment pass you by without an act of faith. Whether it's typing 777, whispering a prayer of surrender, or standing up and praising right where you are, do something to mark this day. Something powerful unfolds in the physical realm when we outwardly express our inward convictions. The synergy of heaven responds to actions fueled by genuine faith. You might wonder, but how will I know for sure this prophecy is real for me? You'll know because the doors that were sealed will crack open. You'll see small glimpses, like signs and wonders that confirm you're on the right path. Maybe it's that phone call with unexpected good news, or a random connection that proves to be exactly what you needed, or a fresh wind of motivation that drives you forward after months of stagnation. These are not coincidences, they are confirmations. Sometimes the biggest confirmation is a peace that settles in your heart, a calm assurance that your spirit is in sync with what God is doing. You may still have questions, you may still face challenges, but deep down there is a steadiness, a quiet knowing that everything is under control because you've placed it in the hands of the one who wrote your story from the foundations of the world. Even as you walk, your footsteps begin to feel lighter. Your burdens begin to feel as though someone else is helping carry them. In this new chapter, you will notice a heightened awareness of the spiritual realm. Dreams may become more vivid, your discernment sharper. You'll sense the guidance of the Holy Spirit nudging you to make choices that align with the higher calling on your life. People you once resonated with might suddenly drift away, not out of animosity, but because your growth is calling you higher, and not everyone can journey to that altitude. Don't fear these changes. Embrace them. They are part of the refining process, forging you into a vessel that can carry glory, favor, and wisdom without being crushed by it. Expect warfare too, because wherever there is a prophecy, there is opposition. But take heart, you fight from a place of victory, not for victory. The outcome has already been decreed. The enemy's lies will try to make you doubt, try to convince you that you're not worthy, or that nothing has really changed. But every time those negative voices rise, counter them with the promises that have been spoken over you. Stand firm. Remind yourself of the times you prayed and saw answers, the times you stumbled yet found strength to rise, the times you lacked funds yet somehow made ends meet. Testimonies are powerful weapons. Each memory of deliverance is a sword slicing through the darkness of unbelief. You're walking into the prophecy, dear soul. It has begun. And with it comes a release of anointing that will touch every facet of your existence. No longer will you shrink back, apologizing for your gifts or downplaying your dreams. You'll stand tall, knowing that you are handpicked for a mission only you can fulfill. This mission might manifest in your work, your community, your home. Wherever you are planted, there is purpose, and as you flourish, those around you will be drawn to the light you carry, curious about the hope you exude, desiring the peace that radiates from your life. It is not prideful to acknowledge that God is doing something monumental in you. On the contrary, it is an act of worship to recognize His handiwork and give Him praise for it. Humility isn't denying you have greatness within you. Humility is acknowledging the source of that greatness. So give Him glory. Let every success be a testimony of God's ability to elevate the lowly, to heal the broken, to empower the weak. Let your life speak louder than any sermon. Let your transformation be the living proof that prophecy is real, alive, and accessible to those who dare to believe. Sometimes, stepping into prophecy feels like standing on the edge of a cliff, about to leap into the unknown. There is both fear and exhilaration, but remember, faith is spelled R-I-S-K. When you jump with God, you do not fall into an abyss. You soar on eagle's wings. You step off that ledge and discover that grace was building a bridge beneath your feet the whole time. So do not allow fear to paralyze you. Fear is a thief of destiny, while faith is the key that unlocks every chamber of blessing. No matter how wild this next phase may seem, trust that the one who began a good work in you will carry it on to completion. He is the author and finisher of your faith, the Alpha and Omega of your journey. Nothing catches him off guard, nothing is too complicated for him to untangle, and nothing is too broken for him to restore. He sees the masterpiece already finished, even if you still see raw, unshaped stone. With every stroke of his chisel, your life is being sculpted into something remarkable, destined to shine with purpose and beauty. So cast off the garments of despair. Lift your head high. Speak words of life over yourself. Declare daily, I am chosen. I am walking in prophecy. I am stepping into everything that has been promised to me. Surround yourself with voices that align with this truth. You cannot afford to let negativity or small-minded thinking pollute the atmosphere of your miracle. Guard your heart, for out of it flow the issues of life. Guard your mind, for it is the battlefield where victories are won or lost. As you look forward, see a vast horizon of possibility. Dare to dream bigger than you ever have. Dare to believe that this prophecy extends beyond just you. It touches your family line, your children, your grandchildren, even generations not yet born. The choices you make now, the faith you exercise, the path you blaze, will leave footprints for others to follow. You are a forerunner in your bloodline, breaking curses, rewriting narratives, setting a new standard of faith and divine favor. And can I remind you once more? It has already begun. You are not awaiting some distant future event. Even now, the gears are turning. Even now, angels are being dispatched on your behalf. Even now, circumstances are shifting, and people are being positioned in just the right places to bless and uplift you. Even now, your spiritual senses are awakening to the reality that heaven has drawn near. It is a holy collision of the seen and unseen, the natural and supernatural, resulting in unstoppable momentum toward your destiny. If ever you find your heart wavering, come back to this moment. Recall these words. Stand on the scriptures that declare your promises. Fuel your spirit with worship and thanks, and each time you do, you build an altar of remembrance, just like the patriarchs of old, to remind yourself, God met me here. God spoke to me here. God confirmed to me that I am chosen, and I am walking into the prophecy. Again, do not leave without cementing this step of faith. Type 777 in the comments, letting the entire spiritual realm know that you stand in agreement with the promises set before you. Let it be a resounding echo across time and space that you said yes, that you dare to believe, that you are prepared to see what eyes haven't seen and hear what ears haven't heard. This is your clarion call, your unveiling, your stepping forth into fullness. Chosen ones, your journey is a sacred one, woven with the threads of divine intention. You're not an accident, not a footnote in someone else's story. You are the main character in a narrative that God is personally writing, filled with triumph, grace, and a demonstration of His power that will leave witnesses in awe. Every time you speak life where others speak defeat, every time you offer a hand where others turn away, every time you dare to smile in the storm, you echo the heart of a loving Creator who has ordained your steps. Let these words sink deep. Let them water the seeds of hope that have been dormant in your soul. Let them stir a holy rebellion against the lies that say, you can't, or you won't, or it's too late. Step up and answer the clarion call that roars. It's time to fulfill the prophecy over your life. You will see the hand of God rewrite your circumstances, overturn negative reports, and open doors you didn't even know existed. You will stand in places of influence. You will speak words that carry weight. You will touch hearts and catalyze change. This is not hyperbole. It is your divine inheritance. There is no chain so strong, no darkness so deep, no mountain so high that can resist the power unleashed when prophecy is activated by faith. And you, my friend, are a walking, breathing testimony in the making. Though the world may not yet recognize your coronation, Heaven has already crowned you with purpose. Though some around you may only see your flaws, God sees the finished masterpiece. The more you align your vision with His, the clearer your path becomes, until you find yourself running with unstoppable momentum toward the future He has prepared. It's vital to remember that prophecy is both an unveiling of God's plan and an invitation for you to participate. It's not automatic. The doors are open, but you must walk through them. The promises are available, but you must reach out and take hold. God never robs us of free will. He extends His hand and waits for our response. Right now, in this powerful moment, your spirit is leaping in response to this call, and that is the surest sign that you are ready. Ready to go deeper, ready to stretch further, ready to see how far faith can carry you. There may be times you feel unqualified or ill-equipped. Gideon felt that way when called a mighty warrior in the midst of his hiding and fear. Moses felt that way when asked to speak for an entire nation. Esther felt that way stepping into the throne room of a king. But in each case, destiny was not looking for the perfect vessel, it was looking for a willing one. And that is what God sees in you, the willingness to say yes, in spite of perceived limitation. Once you do, God's power meets your weakness, transforming ordinary people into history makers. Be prepared for acceleration. Once you embrace your role in this prophecy, time may seem to move faster. Doors that once took years to open could swing wide in weeks or days. Answers you've long prayed for could manifest suddenly. Do not be alarmed by the swiftness. Embrace it. The same God who holds the universe in the palm of His hand can certainly compress events and expedite outcomes on your behalf. This acceleration is His way of redeeming the lost time and wasted opportunities that once plagued your journey. And with every forward step, maintain an attitude of worship and generosity. Prosperity is not an end in itself. It is a resource to fuel your assignment. Influence is not for vanity. It is for stewardship of greater truths. When you shine, point others to the source of the light. When you are blessed, extend that blessing outward, so that many may taste and see that God is good. This is the mark of a truly chosen one. They never hoard the glory, they redirect it heavenward, and in doing so, they multiply the blessings for all. Some of you will experience immediate evidence that the prophecy has begun. You might sense peace flooding your soul right now, or an idea forming in your mind that sparks new passion. You might feel a gentle warmth in your heart, or a stirring that makes you want to leap up and praise. Even if nothing outwardly dramatic occurs this instant, know that the shift has happened in the spiritual realm. By the time it fully manifests in the natural, you'll look back and realize it started the moment you opened your heart to these words. Every time you question, "Is this really for me?" remember the cross. Remember that ultimate price paid to grant you access to every spiritual blessing. If Jesus withheld nothing from you, why would He hold back the fulfillment of the prophecy declared over your life? He delights in your success, rejoices in your growth, and stands ready to do exceeding abundantly, above all you can ask or think. Your destiny is not a side note. It is a central part of the great love story between heaven and earth, and you, chosen one, have the privilege to live it out loud. So let faith arise. Let your spirit swell with anticipation. Let your soul rejoice like never before. Let your mind lay hold of new possibilities. And in that sweet posture, watch how the pieces come together. Relationships miraculously heal, resources unexpectedly flow, hearts unlock, and dreams awaken from dormancy. This is the effect of stepping into alignment with God's heart for you. This is what it means to walk into the prophecy. It's not hype, it's not fantasy, it's the outworking of a covenant older than the foundations of the earth. One day soon you will stand at a place of reflection, marveling at how swiftly everything changed. You'll try to recount all the details of how you reached that breakthrough, and you'll realize it was a divine tapestry of open doors, timely encounters, favor, and personal growth that you couldn't have orchestrated on your own. And in that moment you'll say, "Truly, I was chosen to walk this path. The prophecy was real, and it has indeed begun." Remember again to anchor this by typing 777 in the comments, sealing your commitment to partner with God's promises. It's not about superstition, it's about conviction. Every act of faith sends ripples through both the spiritual and natural realms. It's a statement that you will not let doubt or fear or past failures dictate your future. You are crossing over into something beautiful, something that holds eternal weight and significance. Chosen ones, your footprints are leaving a legacy. Every step you take forward is paving the way for someone else who needs hope. In your victory, others will find inspiration. In your testimony, others will see the fingerprints of a faithful God. In your joy, others will learn that sorrow does not have the final word. By choosing to walk into this prophecy, you become a living epistle, written by the hand of God, read by all who cross your path. No stage is too small, no influence too minor. Your life will radiate the power of a personal encounter with destiny. May every moment from this day onward be filled with divine surprises and blessings that overwhelm your understanding. May you see your reflection in the mirror with fresh eyes, acknowledging not just your human limitations, but the supernatural possibility that rests within you. May your conversations be laced with grace and authority. May your hands produce excellent works that glorify your Creator. May your dreams be daring and your compassion boundless. This is what chosen ones do. They bring heaven's culture to earth, and they testify that nothing is impossible to those who believe.